Much of our own personal stress comes from the entering and exiting of people from our lives. In life, many times relationships will go asunder, they will peter out. Sometimes relationships that were great uh, just won't work out. It doesn't mean that that person is an awful person, although on some occasions we're literally trying to drag people that were only meant for page one of our life into our next chapter. And sometimes we even leave God in a quandary where we're praying for the return of someone to our lives that God knows isn't any good for our life. I was just thinking that if the person that you're missing and they've moved on from you, if they can't give you the kiss of, if they didn't give you the kiss of breath on this morning, then you can live without them. Stop lamenting over people that were only meant for page one. The late Bishop G.E. Patterson said once, he said that he had a problem seeing his friends always being around his enemies. And I kind of didn't agree with all of it at one time, but now as time has moved on and life has happened enough to me, that it's amazing that some of the same folks that were with you talking about your enemies, when they move on from you, all of a sudden they're hanging with your enemies. And now they don't talk with you. And stop lamenting over that. Stop having problems with that. So I'm going to give you an exercise to do when you see people that were once in your life and you're missing them or they've left a void in your life. Just go by them and say page one. They were only meant for page one of your story. God has written and edited out and sent a great story. He's declared your end from the beginning. God has a magnificent story with an awesome windup, an awesome conclusion, but you can't cry over page one people. They are page one person. So many people have been in relationships that have been over for years, and we're still going back by the counter of Macy's and Dillard's just to smell their perfume again, just to smell their cologne again. Look, life moves on. It moves on. It's time for you to move on. So when they leave you, although it leaves a void in your life, you got to make room in that void. Maybe it's a time for you to seek God more. Maybe it's a time to work on a better you. Maybe it's a time to read. Maybe it's a time to catch up on things that you're behind on. But I'm telling you, as bad as it's hurting you right now, you can live without them. If they didn't give you the kiss of breath on this morning, you can make it without them. So when they move on, God still has a plan for you. God doesn't want you stuck trying to dig up and sweep up the ashes of an old relationship. God's got better for you. God bless you.